Hope Co. Studios in Oklahoma City. This is a signing day 2015 update. I'm Jenny Carlson. Jacob Unruh joins us on the phone. And Jacob, you've already been out and about in the state, venturing down to Lawton today for signing day ceremonies there. Who'd you see and where are they headed?
Got up early and headed to Lawton, and we've got 12 kids down there for the football team signing national letters of intent, 3 Division I. The headline kids are obviously Jalin Barnett, one of the top-rated guards in the country, signing with Nebraska, following the footsteps of another former Lawton High graduate, Will Shields, who's just inducted to the Pro Football Hall of Fame. And then you've got Daryl Patterson, a defensive back, who signed with Kansas State, and Kalen Sadler, a wide receiver who signed with Abilene Christian, following a quarterback who signed from there last year, Dallas Seeley. It was a loaded class. What really stood out about it was you've got Jalin Barnett, who had a chance to go to OU in Arkansas. Things didn't materialize there. The offers ended up kind of going away, and he chose Nebraska and Mike Riley, who he instantly had a great relationship with, and the new coach there at Nebraska. And then Daryl Patterson, another kid that he was down to OU and Kansas State basically, and things didn't materialize with the offer at OU either, and so he's headed to Kansas State, and they're both out to prove something now. They're both out to prove that to the schools like OU and Arkansas and some others that maybe they should have pushed a little harder for these guys.
Well, Jacob, you mentioned offers maybe didn't materialize for those guys. A guy that did have an OU offer, Josh Weraboko Alali, picks UCLA, and so as you're talking about Barnett, talking about Patterson, Weraboko, some of the best players in the state now headed elsewhere. Is this something that OU, OSU, Tulsa even need to be concerned about, or is it just a fact of life that anymore when you're a really good football player, geography, maybe it doesn't matter anymore?
I think, you've got really good football players everywhere, and I think, OU really won Weraboko, and it hurts a little bit, but I don't think it's the end of the world. I think you're going to have to compete with these programs. I mean, when you've got kids like Weraboko and Barnett who have almost 30 Division I offers from Alabama all the way to Stanford, I mean, it's going to be, you're not necessarily the favorite all the time with these kids, even if they are local kids. Then you do have some good luck. You get Will Sunderland from Midwest City, a safety who burned the national champion Ohio State and stuck with the Sooners. And then you get a chance to flip a kid like Dahu Green, who was committed to Louisville and Washington State, and now he's headed to the Sooners. And you get some wins like that, but you're going to have to deal with some losses.
A guy that is also going to head out of state and wins the award for probably going the farthest, it sounds like, of all these guys. Jacob is a guy you're going to see sign later today out at Edmond Santa Fe, and that's J.R. Hensley. Looks like he's headed to Hawaii, huh?
Yeah, and he's kind of been going back and forth for a few days, and the school emailed me this morning and said, hey, he's signing at Hawaii today, and looks like he's finally made that decision. I kind of got the hint last night on Twitter after he wouldn't tell me where he was leaning towards. I wanted to kind of keep it quiet, but then he started tweeting mahalo for his birthday wishes to his birthday yesterday, and I thought, that sounds like he's headed to Hawaii to me. And he's a kid that had been kind of talking to schools off and on throughout the last year. He's grown frustrated with the recruiting process because the only offer he could get is Hawaii, even though schools, the Big 12 schools, the ACC schools kept saying, hey, if you wait around, if you wait till after signing day, we might have a spot open up. We might have a kid not sign here or a kid that doesn't qualify. And he really debated that the last few days. He wanted to wait. He told me yesterday, he called me and said, hey, I'm going to wait about a week, see what happens. A couple hours later, he texts me and says, it's a weird turn of events, I'm going to sign tomorrow. So, he's dealing with the pressure of this, and you really got to feel for a kid like that who wanted to stay closer to home, but he has a great chance to go play in paradise.
Yeah, definitely so. Well, hey, if you want to chat with Jacob, he'll be on our live signing day chat here a little bit later today. You can go to newsok.com/live, join in, ask questions. Jacob can talk about what he's seen, what's happened, and maybe even look a little bit ahead to next year's class. We'll have all your signing day coverage on newsok.com and in the Oklahoman. So be sure to stay with the best coverage team anywhere at newsok.com and every day in the Oklahoman.